Hey guys, for the last blog post, I just really wanted to touch on how much I really did enjoy this course. I think a lot of times I take classes and I'm just like there and then I leave class and it isn't really applicable to my life, but this is something that I'm really interested in. And it was one of those courses that we would learn something a week and then I could call my parents and have a full discussion with them about a couple of weeks ago we were talking about women in fast food and why women had to be in those positions and how they chose them. And we had a really good conversation about that. So overall I just thought it was really applicable to my own life, and I just thought everything was very interesting. I had never really given much thought to men cooking and that being a festal thing. um and seeing how that applies to my own life and seeing it in my friends' lives. I think something that was really surprising was to think about. I think we are really distant from where our foods come from, and we don't know anything like that. It just kind of shows up, and we don't give much thought to where it actually came from. So I think in high school I had to watch Food Inc. And so that brought my attention to it, but then I kind of lost interest. And then again, this was another way to be oh no, you really should be thinking about these things and if they're sustainable for the future. And even though agriculture is not something that a lot of people in this generation are really interested in, we have to find those people that are passionate about it because it is legitimately the future of how we're going to eat. And that's something that's completely essential to us that we just don't really think about. And I think that's something that's probably one of the most valuable things is that I want to go into the public relations field and I don't really have a thought to how specifically I want to be in that field. And I'd be happy just kind of doing anything and trying out a lot of different stuff. And I think it would be important, if I were to do something in agriculture because that's part of our future, and it's something that I could do what I wanted to be doing, but also something that's important for our future. And I definitely think differently about food now, especially of what I just said of where food comes from and then how it brings people together, but also may bring people apart. I know I don't go to my friend's house whenever her mom cooks spaghetti because I don't like the way that she cooks spaghetti because it's different than how my mom does. And so that's just an example of kind of how we all connect or disconnect through food. And how important it is to us connecting with the people around us. So I think the overall view here from the class is that it's just brought attention to things that are so mundane, like food, but are such a large part of our lives that we should be paying more attention to. But I really enjoyed this course, and thank you so much.